Hello, I'm Valdo Soares. I would like to share with you my near-death experience of December 9th, 2016. My heart stopped during a company Christmas party. I had a sudden cardiac arrest, and it took about 15 minutes for medical emergency personnel to handle the situation. And thanks for my co-workers performing CPR on me from the beginning, I was able to arrive alive at the hospital. However, with minimal chances of survival. I was pretty much dead during the whole ordeal. The doctors induced me into a coma in order to increase my chances of survival, but they weren't sure how, how tragic and how extensive would be the consequences of the cardiac arrest. And how would I feel after I would awake? 3 days later, I was back whole, perfect again, and with no issues from the trauma. And during that time, I had this wonderful spiritual experience, which we try to humbly express through this short film. The visual arts and video effects are from the brilliant talent of Omar Jor-El. It is pretty much indescribable, and hard to reproduce the images, the colors, the sounds, the sensations, and the feelings. But what we try to accomplish here, it's pretty close to the actual facts. Facts lived in those unforgettable days when I was truly reborn. And reflecting upon this experience, I feel related to the story of the paralytic who wanted to see Jesus. He was assisted by 4 anonymous, dedicated friends who carried him to the house where Jesus was teaching, but couldn't get through because of the multitude blocking the entrance, and of course the chance to see the Master. His friends broke through the roof and brought him before Jesus. The great miracle, in my view, was not just the fact that Jesus recovered his mobility. The great of the unspoken miracle was the compassion, the true brotherhood and the fraternity that occurred, the assistance of his friends that increased his faith, one that could remove mountains when everything seemed impossible. The miracle of the love in action, the mutual assistance we can all do for each other, making possible to bring someone back to life. Yes, even someone back to life. In my case, incarnated and discarnated spirits gave me everything I needed to go on. And though we have a life plan before we even are in this existence, the life extensions that we receive from God, it is an opportunity to edit the film of our lives. Something is wrong. I don't know what. Something stopped, but I don't know why. I'm not sure where I am, but it sounds like something is not right. It is suddenly all dark, very dark, and I am all alone. There is this deep silence, but it's still very dark and quiet. I have questions, but I don't know who to ask. Something is happening outside. I'm in a different dimension. I sense someone close the curtain, and I'm in the dusk. And although it feels I'm inside of a safe cabin, up high, something tells me outside I'm actually down in trouble. My body and my spirit are connected by a thin line. It can break at any time. I'm scared, but I will fight to the end. I can't see, but so warmly feel so many tears. I have been in the arms of caring lights. My heart they try to mend. The lights silently do their part. I am paralyzed and vulnerable. These anonymous friends and their skills are a work of art. Their motherly touch keep the fragile line alive. Now I'm a vessel at bay, and they rush me somewhere looking for a miracle, just as a hopeful parent would. But this is like finding a needle in the hay, because my odds are more to go than to stay. In this valley of shadow, of death and fear, bubbles of love I feel that will be coming. And inside of this cabin, I feel the lights coming from everywhere and these friends caring for me. Now I'm back in this dark sometimes, but I feel these bubbles, bubbles of love, bubbles of prayers. They fill my whole entire universe right now. When I'm faced with my own need to focus in what matters really, what life is, who I am, what I know, and what my wants ideally. My whole being and my universe was nothing once I realized that without Christ, the battle for life is silly. And all of these prayers, all of these hearts, all of these tears, all of this love, it's still pouring. But I reflect on the Master's guidance. He who wants to save his life, deny yourself, take, take up your cross, and follow me. The path was now clear, and I finally understood acceptance. It was the hardest thing to do. To let go mind and heart makes a man. Resignation is a test of the ego that must pass to have a life if you can. But I have to embrace the fact and the faith if I wanted to see the light and go further. So, be done your wish and not mine, dear Father. And so I was in this waiting and in this assistance, in this warm feeling. And I was again living the departing from one physical to one spiritual experience. The light was suddenly the light was suddenly coming back all around, and I was feeling again all of this caring. And I was then in this time coming back to the body, but the spirit was in debt, in debt to those who carry me to the new paramount. I was coming back to life again. So the miracle was not coming back, it was getting there. Oh, gracious and merciful God, help me and all our brothers and sisters experience receiving and giving a helping hand to those down and in hope air. We never really know when we will be so blind, paralyzed, and living a lie, because only through love, wisdom, and charity, humanity can walk and see that we make our own path, and without friends and faith, we are only passing by. Glad, hopeful, back again. Knock and the door will open. Break the roof if necessary. Don't lose hope in the coming days. Choose life and wisdom always. May love and peace be with all of us always.